Dude, that makes sense why they don't want people through there. I couldn't really tell what they were blocking there. So you could easily get down from that way.
Sometimes I would think that I need to be, like when they were protesting, but then the rules started happening because I'm a mother, a grandmother, and I need to stand up for, well, believe me, for the future, for my grandchildren and my children, and hopefully make a difference, but then it always turns out bad, and I don't want to get caught up in that trying to.
Hey guys, up here, I got upstairs on the 5th floor of an apartment building. They let us up here so we could film down. Sorry about the distance and being so dark. I know it's blurry, but you can see the protesters on 94 down there. Right now they're citing and releasing as long as they're cooperative. You can see on the bottom side of the camera there's several that are trying to watch, but they're not letting any media down there at all, including mainstream. They're arresting.
I just pray because of all the police are trying to pull, there's not so much power in
Thanks, anarchist.
I just feel bad for people that didn't hold.
They're protesting the election, I believe. Multiple other reasons they're out here protesting. Did you just go live? Oh, yep, I just got your notification.
Okay, I will check on my babies. I'll be back, sister. They're good either.
Are you getting any good?
3 people. Hey guys, Minnesota Guardian. We're looking down at the protests that are happening where the police have blocked in all the protesters on the freeway. They blocked down the interstate from St. Paul all the way.
Pretty sure there are no Trump supporters out here.
So this is a pretty big deal, and we so far have got probably the best seat in the house. We're up here on the 5th floor of an apartment building. Look at the gator. I think that's the police. Dude, now all we need is a lawn chair and a ice cold beverage.
6-pack?
Yes, sir. So right now, what they've been telling is, they were letting the people who are cooperating. They are giving a citation, probably for unlawful assembly or something of the sort. And the press are being pushed to the front to be let out of the first people. So I don't know. That's not a good thing. You probably want the press down there, right? You don't want the press leaving first.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think that PD would want press there to show exactly what's going on, unless they're hiding something.
And I think that's what they're doing. There's some unrest going on down here.
So there's a small group down here that's
Probably locals that live just around here.
pretty loud. That's what you're hearing.
I'm trying to see if I can find a filter that might make it pop a little more. That might be a good filter. You guys on a balcony, so right now we're on an apartment building that looks down. We were let in by some of the residents here to be able to come up here and film. Probably one of the best seats. Oh. So we're trying to agitate the police.
It's just a bunch of groups out here that are protesting. I believe it's multiple different groups. I think there's 31 groups that registered to protest for 33 groups that are out here registered on Facebook that wanted to protest.
Interstate. That is all the people. Dude, look at how good of a zoom I got right here.
How'd you?
I don't know. I just kept zooming and zooming and zooming and zooming. You got like a black and white on?
Yeah.
It's gonna make blacks blacker. That didn't sound good. That makes darker. No, that I don't even know. But yeah, that's where all the protesters that are kettled are down there. Dude, that's so cool that I can zoom in that far when I'm live streaming. I just kept zooming, dude. You think that's gonna go over here? I have a filter on.
What filter are you using?
It's called Blush. Makes everything kind of brings out like more colors, kind of. No, not for you.
No.
Well, your camera's different than mine as well. Just shoot a few and the rest just Jesus.
I think this has been going on for about 3 hours, guys. We are trying to get way better shots, better location, but PD has completely locked this down.
But this is the bridge right here.
It's probably locked.
It goes up more.
Yeah, but it's probably locked, the roof access. So right now, just an update, they're citing and releasing everybody. As long as they're peaceful and cooperative, they'll get cited and released. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the 5 viewers.
Hey guys, make sure you like the stream. I really appreciate it.
Sorry that I can't get any closer. This is as best as we can get to seeing what's going on. PD's got the whole area completely locked down to everybody, including media.
Alright guys, we'll let it sit right above there so you can see what's going on down there, as well as what's going on there. It sucks because I really wish I could extend this. It's kind of fucking, oh. What the fuck? Did you hear that? Sorry guys, I was gonna see if I could set it up. This ledge right here is slanted, so I don't want to lose my phone. I'm out here with Minnesota Guardian, or Minnesota News Now. Go subscribe to Minnesota News Now. He's wearing a special ed helmet today. Alright, there we go. Alright guys, sit back, enjoy. Do you think it's fine if I just let it sit there?
I wouldn't. It's more than a 6-9 foot fall that thing's rated for. We're up 5 stories. Thanks for the thumbs up, appreciate it. I've got more content, more videos I gotta finish editing and uploading. I've been super swamped with work. You can ask Minnesota Guardian. He's called me constantly to come out and go filming, and I've just been too busy with work.
Also, guys, if you want to support me, there's enough links in the description for you to do that. Got my PayPal, got my fund that I'm trying to do for a new vehicle. Y'all don't know what I'm going to do.
Hey, thanks for the 11 subscribers or viewers. Thanks for viewing. Really appreciate it.
How many viewers you got?
13,
I got 19. Got 21.
14. So an update for everyone. They're citing and releasing as long as they're cooperative with law enforcement. They're just going to cite them and release them. And they were arresting a bunch and taking them to jail and going through the booking process. I believe they've cleared media, or they've grouped the media to one section down there, last I've seen. And there's a group here just at the bottom of the camera, at the bottom of the screen, that's pretty noisy with law enforcement holding their line there.
That music is really bumping on there.
State Patrol's making announcements down there to people. Can't really hear them over the music that's playing down there.
What's going on for the protest on I94 in Minneapolis? A bunch of protesters walking onto the highway and on the interstate on protest, and law enforcement stepped on them and cattled them in. And now their latest update is that they said they're going to be citing and releasing.
You can hear them chanting down there, chanting Black Lives Matter down on the interstate.
Just like Jason said.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Here comes some media. It looks like Carol Evans coming through the bottom of the crowd there.
Black Lives Matter!
I bet those are the guys they released. Remember who?
No, I think those were the same ones we saw seen on the bridge.
Oh yeah, it is. Carol Levin! I'm jealous. Biden's live tap matters. Is this live? Yes, this is live. How's your head feeling? Did it protect you?
Squished my head, dude.
You got indents on your head, dude.
I probably do.
Looks like they're arresting more people down there. You can kind of see the movement. There's a lot of movement down there.
Thanks for all the thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate you guys' support.
Yeah, make sure you guys like the stream.
We're
That way it'll get out to
kind
more
of distance.
people. There's a lot more movement down here.
Go ahead. Yeah, go for it. We're guests at your guys' home, so
I love stuff.
it's better than going down there right now.
I wouldn't dare.
Yeah.
I love my anything's bound to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not letting anyone down there.
There's some people on this one.
Oh, the roof?
Yeah, but I think it was like the police officer.
Oh, probably.
There was a couple of them.
Lighting? Yeah, probably. Yeah, so, love your channel. Thank you. I appreciate it.
There was
So,
about 33 groups that on Facebook that registered to protest today. And two came together and they ended up here on the interstate.
I really feel the need to be there, but then I'm not into violence at all.
Well,
So I'm afraid, I'm afraid of anything like that. That's my only thing.
well, that's like we were doing the Floyd protests, and you know during the day it was mostly peaceful, but then you get one that would run up behind everyone that's peaceful and throw something, and the cops would return fire, and everyone in the middle is caught in the middle.
Yes. Yes.
That happened to me when we were at St. Paul in university, and things were going on down there. That some guy came up behind me and did something to me, and I got shot at with a rubber bullet. Almost hit me, yeah.
So when we come to them, we have to armor up just because it's both sides, and we're in the middle.
Yeah.
So that's something.
Well, thank you for giving everybody information on what's going on. Some people don't know. I didn't know what was going on. I was in my house, my mom said, police got your house going. What?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known anything. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Well, we try to do it because mainstream, like we're both live right now, so we do it because mainstream, there's no slanting what we do. It is what it is. What you see is what it is.
Live, it's happening right now.
And we can't edit the live stream.
No.
We can take it down and chop it up, but you know. And even with like in front of the 3rd precinct, it was very well. The side we were on was pretty peaceful, and then during the evening, as it got darker, that's when it started to turn real quick.
I was watching it and I was right here. I just watched Friday. And I was like, I'm
Yeah, you could literally see it all burning.
And me living here, I don't have a vehicle. And Lake Street was one of the main places where I shop at, where I was shopping at. It was really sad to see. It's like something that you only see on TV. And it's very hurtful. I understand that some things have to happen. Some things, they had to happen. There's a reason, a big reason for it. But for the people, the community, the elder people, there's so many people in this building that are disabled when they were getting medicine, they were planting, they couldn't get their planting equipment, you know, they couldn't get their meals, they couldn't go to doctors, so it was very different for them. And that's my only part of it. I understand there's a reason, there's a purpose, some things have to happen, but there's a lot of people that are affected drastically.
Well, and that's when we went back afterwards, the day after, in St. Paul, and we were talking to a lot of people, and that's what they were saying. That we understand the hurt, we understand the pain, we understand the frustration, but this is our home.
Yes.
It's going to take a while for them to rebuild it, too.
We were walking back, and we walked in front of Children's Hospital, and there was 2 cars that crashed into each other right in front of the sign at Children's Hospital.
Both cars, no damage.
And no one around. And it was a serious accident. I mean, they had to hit about 30, 40 miles an hour where all the airbags were deployed. Both cars, no plates on the car. I think one car had plates, the other one didn't.
Well, I'll tell you, there is a big, huge problem of people seeing cars in front, even in front of our building, and the young children, young teenage kids are still in these cars. They're out joyriding. I seen them joyriding in the car. It was all smashed. You could tell it was a nice car.
Yep.
The windshield was smashed. They were getting out to the gas station just trying to break the doors. I was like, this is going on. They're still in cars.
Yeah, no. In St. Paul, I drive a lot around St. Paul, so they have a really bad issue with a bunch of cars having no plates. Like, mostly every single car doesn't have a plate. And then we went to this one, I was at this one scene where the two juveniles, like 14, 15, tried to jack a woman while she was like in her car in broad daylight.
The 13 and the two 15-year-olds that took the car from the lady north of Minneapolis, and they got killed. Chasing them, they got killed. And I'm like, yeah, it's sad, but did you see what those young men did to that woman that was there feeding her? She went to that neighborhood for 13 years, never a problem. One time she's there to help her friend feed the cat while she's out of town. She get caught, she get punched, thrown to the ground. She's like 7 years old. You know, that's not fair. But unfortunately, that would have to happen. I mean, if they wasn't there, still in that woman's car, hurt her, they wouldn't have got killed. I'm sorry.
Catman, you are now a mod. Anarchist appreciate
Do
you
you
being
have
a mod.
an apartment that's safe?
Definitely anything that's hate speech, I'm gonna leave it up to my mods to take care of.
Can you see anything from there? But it'd be nice to be in that one all the way over there. That tall one all the way up there.
What about anybody? Oh, no. Because once upon a time, I was thinking I was a caretaker for about a year here. I had the keys to the rooftop.
Yeah.
I was thinking that when
I just went up there and tried to open it.
No, because they had problems with drug use going up there. They were breaking homes up in that home
Really?
area, and they had to clean up legal stuff. So they really secured it. But that's a wonderful thing.
Just takes a few to ruin it for everybody else, right?
This thing's been going on for fucking ever.
Yeah, well, because it's, so I think at the 2-hour mark, everyone just got fed up and they're like, well, they're not gonna get rid of us, we're just gonna, and they're not letting us leave, we might as well make it a party. They wouldn't let them leave and they weren't getting rid of them, so they were actually getting ready to walk off the interstate when they stopped them.
You guys, I'm gonna stop this live stream. Everybody go check out Minnesota News Now's live stream. Yes. 6 people watching. Go check him out.
Where are you at?
20. It's not much. You could just.
All right, guys, I got 8 people watching. Do you want me to keep going with the live stream or you want me to end it?
No, you should keep going. I'm just getting sick and tired of.
Holding your camera.
Yeah. You vote?
Hey, Tony,
What's up?
this guy wants you to unban him. All right, I'll keep going. Shoot, soldier.
So did you vote for one candidate for president?
All right, I'll let him know.
And I didn't want to.
You don't have to. You can just leave those blank.
I didn't want to, and I did. I did. But I honestly, I've been a mom since I was 12 years old.
I'm live.
I've been a mom since 12 years old. So my whole life was struggles. My whole life was taking care of kids. I didn't get into politics and now I'm 45, I get to my grandchildren. I really want to be involved, but you really don't know who I hear so much about. Everyone that's running for that is not everyone's really important. And then they talk about defunding the police. I think it really is. They know our world will be so messed up. And it'd be too hard to take all the things that are, I don't know. My mind is everywhere with it. I'm just praying for the best for mine and my next generation.
Well, we mainly concentrate on government accountability, is what we normally do for our filming, and You know, we've encountered with good cops and we've encountered bad ones.
But how can you,
How do you change it? It's a slow.
Start from the top.
It starts with the hiring process. So like we talk to the police chief in Minnetonka. And their hiring process, so the chief that's there now was 2 years in LA. And when he applied for the city of Minnetonka, they flew a detective from Minnetonka out to LA to interview all his neighbors, friends, co-workers, anyone who came to get a good character reference to see who they were hiring as an officer. And, you know, I think it's tough. And then I was watching another one, his channel's Driving Podcast, and then I was listening to Audit. He has
Telling you to start telling vehicles now.
he has a he did an interview with a former police officer that quit, and he goes, what people don't understand about law enforcement is you have to wear multiple hats. You might go to a call where you have a kid that, or you know, like a baby that just died, and then you have to go to a car accident, and then you have to go to a domestic. And he goes, these calls could be back to back to back, and there's no decompression time for us. You might get 10 minutes, and if you ask for it from the higher ups, you almost get shunned, and there's no counselors to talk to. There's no one to, you know, and I'm not, you know, I'm not at all defending cops that should be doing it, but, you know, with reform, I think that's a huge thing. I mean, if you can't decompress, we're all human beings. I was a firefighter for years, a volunteer, and after every single call that was a major incident, we would sit down and repeat the call. What did we do good? What could we have done better? What mistakes did we make? But I don't see that in law enforcement at all. And a lot of it too with law enforcement, they moved out of the communities they work in. Back in the 80s, 90s, they all lived, and you knew, you know, Bob down the street was a police officer, and it helped keep them accountable and humanized, and the community humanized. So now law enforcement's really changed into an us against them mentality. And not all of them think like that, but the ones that do make it really bad on everybody, not just law enforcement, but the community as well. And if we don't look at it, like I did an interview with the deputy chief of Brooklyn Park, PD. They had a bunch of shootings in a really rough little area there, and he was saying, he's like, we're working with our community leaders, we're working with outreach programs, and he goes, and we're not arresting for low-level crimes. He goes, we're trying to investigate this. We have our crime scene tape up, and it was the younger kids would come up and go into the crime scene. He goes, how can we do an investigation? And we're telling them, hey, you guys not go, we don't want to cite them. We don't want to ticket them. We don't want to arrest you for a trespass. We don't want to cite for minor possession of marijuana. He goes, so we took a more lax approach, but what happened is then they took advantage of that. So it's like, what can we do as law enforcement for our community to try to keep our community safe and do what we're supposed to, what our community expects of us? And on the flip side, you know, how do we enforce things that we need to enforce? But if we do, then we're bad. If we don't, we're bad. So even the community leaders are like, they throw their hands up. They're like, we don't even know what to do.
I told my sons, because I asked every young man what they think about the police. And some say they don't like them, they want to get rid of them. My sons will say, I said, you know, the police is the real police.
Well, it's a...
I think that they're good there, the ones that are out there, the ones that are involved in the community that know people and they love. I feel sorry for them because now their job is twice the work. And that, I know that takes a toll. I know it is. Right now.
And they're out there every day.
Yes.
And it's the ones that are out there causing a bad for them. I mean, so I'm a general contractor by trade, so you want to talk about a profession that has a bad reputation, well, contracting, right? And so I get that, and you know, I hate bad contracts. I mean, I just did a job that a contractor botched, and you know, I feel bad. But again, it's like people have to do their due diligence when they're hiring someone, but you don't really have that option for, we don't have a say on who they're hiring. And for Minneapolis, their police union has a strong foothold on, the city council, the police chief, they can't fire these officers without the union approving. We talked to the chief at Minnetonka, he's like, our union is very hands-off. It's up to us if we want to get rid of officers. And he goes, but we're very involved in our community. If we have an incident where someone feels that it was wrong, he goes, we'll do an internal investigation, but if we think that it's any possibility where the community would feel that it's biased, we will have an outside agency come in and do it. He goes, PCA, we try not to use a neighboring agency because that looks just as bad as an internal one. He goes, so we try to be, and then he goes, we'll invite them in and we'll watch the dash cam, we'll watch the body cam footage, and we'll explain from our viewpoint why we did what we did, but we'll also sit there and listen to what the community's viewpoint is too. And he talked about a certain incident where a son got pulled over, the mom was behind, so the mom pulled over, and the officer gets out and was like, go around. And, the mom, it was like, well, that's my son, I want to, and so he's like, no, that's fine, but I need you to be in front of him, just pull your car in the front of him. So then they called the police department, they were concerned, and so they sat there and explained, well, the reason the officer did that, he didn't know who you were, it's a strange car pulling up behind him, he wanted you in front, because if someone gets hit, we want the police car to get hit, not you. And the officer let the mom come up, and listen to the whole conversation and everything that happened, and I don't feel like Minneapolis would do that, at all, I was filming and I even got tackled by a sergeant. He's like, get out of here. I'm like, okay, I get my tripod, start walking, he runs up and tackles me. I mean, I was compliant. What else, what more can they want? And obviously I'm very visible and you know what I'm doing.
You guys live in Minnesota?
I live in St. Paul.
He does, he lives in St. Paul. I live 2 hours north of here, but I work a lot all over.
I lived on the north side. I lived for 24 years and I lived on the north side. At least 24 years now. I've been away from the 4 years.
It's tough. I mean, everyone's put in a hard situation. Everybody is. And I think that's the thing is, what do we do? Where do we go? I mean, I can tell you during the Floyd protest, we were driving, leaving, and it was like the Wild West because there were no cops on the street.
Mm-hmm. I didn't go out for days. Because I know no police.
And that type of cars racing around doing, they bash into somebody or you, and you're on your own.
Oh no, there was like 5 robberies in front of my building. They're really going hard in these buildings here because there's a lot of disabled people, elderly people, people that don't speak English. So they come, 2 women with children will run in front of the building, her keys, her phone, and her car. One girl, they took the girl's car with her baby and 3 men and robbed outside the car.
Most people who rob women and shit like that are fucking policemen.
I mean,
I feel like in my house, I always feel safe because I have 4 sons.
yeah.
And they're grown, they're 30, 28, 26, and 24. So I don't really, I feel very well protected in my home. And when I'm a little bit outside here, I never carry a weapon. I carry a weapon now.
All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off the live stream. It's winding down. If I get anything else, I'll jump live again. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all the likes.
How many beers you got?
6.